are not traditional. Women can do whatever the fuck they want.
And she was like, I don't believe in traditional roles. I was like, oh, okay, well, I do.
Because the man, they want that 100% respect, but you're doing 50-50.
Back in the day, men provided, but guess what? That woman wasn't fussing and nagging about everything. Whenever he asked her to do something, she did it.
What's up? What's happening? Welcome back to the Roughhandspodcast. I'm your boy Chuck. Today we got another one for you. Today we are going to be talking about traditional gender roles.
Are women still traditional today?
What does that mean?
Define traditional.
Pure, low body count, not going out a lot.
Women are not traditional. Women can do whatever the fuck they want.
Would you say that women still prefer a traditional type of man?
No.
You guys are okay with like protecting the man yourself, providing for the man yourself?
I mean, men are kind of weak anyway, so I feel like women can do the job for themselves.
Okay, I understand you're saying you do want to, right? But the question is, do you prefer that?
I mean, you got me there. You got me there, sir.
Well, they aren't traditional. They can do whatever the hell they want. But within the same breath, the interviewer asked them, would they prefer a traditional man? And they gonna respond, well, you got me there. See, some women are unaware of what they really want from a man. I feel like some of them want their cake and can eat it too. Now, clearly, these women are the new age modern women. One moment, they say they aren't traditional women, but deep down, they want a provider male. And that is the problem with people. They decide what qualities of the traditional role they want to abide by. And this woman I saw on TikTok gave an explanation of who is to blame here.
A couple weeks ago, I was out with one of my girlfriends and we got to talking, and eventually it led to us talking about dating. So immediately she checks me as if I'm about to holler at her. And she was like, I don't believe in traditional roles. I was like, oh, okay, well, I do. For example, if a man asks me on a date, I'm expecting him to pay. If we together and the boogeyman, jump out and I'm scared, I'm expecting that man to protect me. If the trash is overflowing, I'm expecting that man to take it out. For no other reason than he is a man. So my friend was like, oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm like, no, girl, remember, you don't believe in traditional roles. And she was like, no, I agree. And I also believe that a man should take care of all the major bills in a household. I'm like, well, why do you believe that? She said, because my daddy always did it. Come on, y'all, tradition. So I said, so you really think that you're going to have these traditional expectations from a man, and in turn, that man is going to have traditional expectations from you as a woman, such as cooking? Y'all, it's us. We are the problem.
How does that make sense? You say you don't believe in gender roles, but you contradict yourself later on within your video. Make your mind up. Do you believe in gender roles or not? See, when it's time for a woman to step into her gender role, some women will have a problem with. But when it's time for a man to step into his, some women are okay with. For example, when it's time for a man to kick out some bread, you got your hand all sticking out.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
Why shouldn't a woman go 50% with a man?
Because the man, they want that 100% respect, but you're doing 50-50. You can't get 100% respect or that title of, the man of the household when your woman is doing 50%. What are you providing? Nothing. So when people talk about 50%, they talk about, 50% of the bills. They're not talking about the children. Are you going to go 50-50 with me taking care of the children, changing diapers, cooking dinner?
I don't think a woman should ever marry a man that does not have a mind to 100% provide for her. If you sit down and you have a conversation with a man as a woman and he's sitting there, he's bringing up 50-50, I want you to come up with 50, I'm going to come up with, he's not a masculine man. If I were a woman, I would dismiss any man that came up with a conversation about 50-50 because he's lacking somewhere in terms of his masculinity.
Okay, for the woman, I partially do understand where are you coming from. If both parties are working full-time job, then why does the woman have to do all of the domesticated work by herself? I'm not going to say you should do everything by yourself. I believe the man should help. But do I think it should be 50-50 or with everything? No, I'm leaning more towards like 70-30, 80-20. Because when it's time to cut that grass, you going to be outside helping me cut it. When it's time to get the oil changed, I got to change the brakes and all of that. You going to help me? Or what about if an intruder breaks into the house? You better come help me jump that motherfucker. I tell you that. Now, as for that man talking about men going 50-50, he act like the cost of living hasn't gone up over the years. Shit ain't got high as hell now. Maybe a man can't afford to pay 100% of the bills just yet. Hell, in the beginning stage of my marriage, I couldn't afford to go 100% all by myself.
We always split shit straight down the middle.
Back in the day, men provided, but guess what? That woman went fussing and nagging about everything. Whenever he asked her to do something, she did it. Whenever he wanted it, he got it. That's why grandma had 30,000 kids. Because whenever he asked for it, she busted wide open. Back in the day, men were providers, but guess what else? Women cooked. And I'm not talking about no daggone Alfredo and Rotel. But nowadays, women don't want to do any of those things. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They don't want to take care of nothing. They don't want to do anything. So now that men are asking questions and saying, so what do you bring to the table? So what do you do? Now they sassy. No, they ain't sassy. And I love it for the men. Because women have gotten beside themselves. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. Oh yeah, you want a traditional man, be a traditional woman.
I have to agree with this woman. If you want a traditional man, you have to be a traditional woman. But to be fair to women, fellas, I gotta keep it real now. If you want a traditional woman, you have to be a traditional man. I don't think that's fair to ask a woman to be an old traditional woman, but you're not holding up your end of the bargain.
And that's the truth. With some cheese on it. There ain't no meatloaf between these buns.
Now, I know some men probably not gonna like what I'm saying right now, but I feel like it's the truth. Even if y'all don't believe the words that's coming out of my mouth, well, would you believe these words if they came out of Kevin Samuel's mouth?
You want her to respect your masculinity and your manhood because you have a and an XY chromosome. It don't work that way. Women respect resources. You can't check a bitch because you got nothing to check with. The only place you dominate is in the bedroom. Dominate on the balance sheet. Dominate on your wallet, which is your accomplishments. Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. You pay everything.
And this came from the Godfather himself. Now, I'm going to have to give Kevin some pushback on this. Even if my checkbook isn't there fully, I still demand respect as the man of the house. When I was paying 50-50 with my wife, I still got respect within my household. So if a woman feels like she don't have to respect you because you aren't able to handle all the bills and she doesn't give you respect because of that, then you need to leave her ass. I tell you that.
Bye, bitch.
As for my conclusion, I understand both sides when it comes to traditional gender roles. I really do. But what gets me when they say you aren't a real man if you go 50-50, that's when I have beef. Because that doesn't make you less of a man. Now, if you want a traditional gender role house, then that means both parties have to uphold their end of the bargain. I honestly believe that. And that means you too, fellas. Now, I didn't say you don't deserve respect.
No. That's not what I said.
Because I couldn't afford to pay everything in the beginning of my marriage. So I understand. Motherfuckers be broke out here. But I still got respect in the house. Hell, building wealth takes time. It ain't that easy at all. Just a few years ago, I got to the point to where I can take care of damn near every bill inside of the house. But in the beginning, me and my wife was broke as fuck.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
I'm talking about scraping change out the couch to put gas in the car, the whole 9 yards. And that's okay. I believe people let social media cloud their judgment. People need to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and stay in your own lane. Whatever works for y'all is what really matters. And if you have someone that's willing to be with you while you at your down, then they mean they should be with you while you at the top too. So hang in there. Y'all gonna get through it. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed the content. Please like and... Oh yeah, drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out. Peace.